Hi and welcome to this Grasshopper Flow. During this practice, I'll be guiding you through movements linked with breath. The way that I cue your breath, if that doesn't exactly match the way that you're breathing, then just continue to breathe as you normally would. I'll give lots of variations of most of the postures that we come into, but really try to tune into your physical body, into your mind today, moving into all the tight corners of the body. I'm going to start to work towards that challenging arm balance, grasshopper pose. We don't need any additional props unless you feel like you need them, and you usually practice with them. So when you're ready, let's go ahead and meet in child's pose in the center or towards the back of your mat. Whatever child's pose feels comfortable for you today, maybe knees together, maybe knees a little bit wider. Arms can be reaching out in front, or you can reach the arms way back behind you. Just bring yourself into a passive position as you come into this first pose. So this is child's pose, surrendering your heart towards the earth. The forehead melts down into the mat, and just take a couple moments to really check in with your body. Seeing if you're holding on to any tension, any heaviness in your body that's going to hold you back from taking flight today or moving forwards. So just starting to bring the attention to the breath, without changing or shifting the depth of the breath at all, just starting to notice that natural cadence of the inhales and the exhales. And as the breath becomes slow and steady and soft, noticing how the physical body responds to that and starts to follow to soften as well. And as you're really starting to breathe into the body, see if there's anything that you're still holding on to, any people, any experiences, any objects that are still holding you back, and see if you can give yourself permission to set that aside, to let it go, even just for this practice. And as you stay connected with your breath, maybe start to set an intention for this practice ahead. And take 3 more full breaths to really seal that into your entire being. And at the end of that third and final breath, and starting to bring the forehead away, reaching the arms as far forwards as you can, even coming up onto the fingertips, making little tents for the hands, taking the knees a little wider if they're not already there, and then melting the forehead back down towards the ground, but keeping the elbows lifting here. And then we'll walk the right and the left hand all the way over to the right side. Stay connected with the forehead on the mat, reaching a little further around, starting to open up the left side body. Walking the fingertips back through center, and then all the way over to the left side this time, keeping that connection with the forehead on the mat, opening up the right side body. So breathing into any spaces of tension or accumulated stress in the body. And then walking the hands all the way back into the center, back into the middle, and then making your way back up onto all fours, shoulders over the top of the wrists, hips over the top of the knees, allowing the heart to shine skyward. Dropping the belly down, lift the tailbone. As you exhale, press firmly down through the palms of the hands, rounding through the shoulders. Take a few more breaths and movements just the same. Inhale, we open the heart, rolling the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, pressing down firmly through the palms of the hands and the tops of the feet. One more time, big inhale to lift. And the exhale, we round, protracting the shoulder blades. Well done. Sitting all the way back again to child's pose, reaching the arms forwards again. Keep the left arm extended. Now reach your right arm behind you. Reaching the right arm forwards now, we start to open and then rotate through the torso. Reaching that right arm all the way back towards the right heel. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, we sweep the fingertips along the floor, open forwards, and then rotate open to the right side, releasing the hand back down towards the heel of the foot. Exchanging the hands over, reaching the left arm back this time. Sweeping the fingertips along the floor, we open out to the front and then out to the side, and then rolling all the way down and back like a flowing movement. One more time. Inhale, slide the fingers along the floor, reach forwards and then open out through the left side body, reaching all the way back towards the left heel. Extending the left arm forwards again. Let's roll away forwards, drop the belly down, open into a modified cobra. Bending at the elbows, but hug the arms into the sides of the body. As you exhale, sitting all the way back again to child's pose. One more time. Inhale, wave forwards. Drop the belly down. Engage the glutes, open the heart. And then exhale, sitting all the way back again to child's pose. Good. From here, we'll tuck the toes underneath. Shifting forwards, coming to our first plank pose position. Feel free to drop the knees here if you need to. Pull up through the navel, up towards the spine. So we're hugging the front body towards the back body. Exhale, rolling nice and slowly. Push back to downward facing. One more time. Inhale, we roll forwards to plank pose. Separate the shoulder blades. Pull the navel in. Softening into the knees. How slowly can you move back to your downward facing dog? Good. And when you're here, take a moment to settle in. Take a moment to reconnect with the breath, softening into the knees as much as you need to. Maybe a few audible exhales to really try to sink into the body. On the next breath in, extending the right leg up towards the sky. We're going to bend the knee, open out the hip, keeping the shoulders square to the mat. Re-extend the right leg. We'll bring the knee towards the nose, compressing, pulling in, navel to spine. Exhale, re-extend that right leg behind you. Compressing again, let's bring the knee to the right elbow, separate the shoulder blades. Exhale, sending away, re-extend. Good, compress, bringing the knee towards the left elbow this time. Exhale, re-extend. Bringing the knee towards the nose again, holding here just for a moment. Really try to pull in the front body to the back body. And then as you exhale, set the right foot down. Release the left knee down. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up and overhead. Softening into this movement now, dropping the hips a little bit lower, sinking forwards into this first low lunge. From here, we'll keep the left arm extended, reach the right arm back. See if you can reach towards the left thigh, the outer thigh, or even the calf. Lifting up through the heart. Reach up through the left fingertips. Breathe here. Good, we're gonna open out into a twist. So right arm reaches back, left arm reaches forward. And then placing the left hand down, right arm lifts up towards the sky. Twisting out further to the right side. We'll tuck the back toes underneath, lifting the back knee away. Looking down to where the left hand is and the right foot is. Bring the elbow to the knee as you come up to stand at the top of the mat. Moving back to where you came from, opening out, keeping that back knee lifted, taking the twist around. One more time, look down. Bring the elbow to the knee, crunch in. Open back to where we came from, into that twist. Right hand comes down, stepping everything back to downward facing dog. Well done. And without any expectations for the left side, give yourself permission to show up brand new on this side. When you're ready, inhale, left leg sweeps up to the sky. Bending at the knee, opening at the hips, squaring the shoulders back down towards the ground. Good, re-extend the left leg. And then bringing the knee to the nose or knee to the lips. Give yourself a little kiss here. Re-extend behind you. Bringing the knee to the left elbow. Compress. Exhale away. Bringing the knee towards the right elbow. Compress. Really hug in here. Send it away. And then bringing the knee towards the nose. Compress and hold here. Press the ground away from you. Separate your shoulder blades. With your exhale, stepping the foot all the way through. Release the back knee down onto the floor. Inhale, open the heart skyward. Leaving the right arm lifted. This time we reach the left arm back towards the opposite leg behind you. Lifting up through the heart. Stretching out through the right side body. Breathing into that space. And then opening out into a full twist. Left arm releases back. Right arm reaches forwards. And then placing the right hand down, left arm now lifts up towards the sky. Tucking the back toes underneath, lifting the back knee away. See if you can find a little bit more space as you breathe. Taking the gaze down, elbow moves to knee at the top of the mat. Left elbow, right knee. Coming back to where we came from, opening into that twist. Moving up to the top of the mat, elbow to opposite knee. Really try to crunch in, suck in here. And then opening back out to where we came from. Good, left hand comes down. We step everything back to downward facing dog. Rolling forward, shoulders over the top of the wrist, plank pose. Preparing for chaturanga, shift forwards, bend the arms, hover. Inhale as we open into a modified cobra, so bend at the elbows. Tucking the toes, exhale, downward facing dog. Taking a few moments to breathe here, to reconnect to your intention of letting go, of finding space to take flight or move forwards today. When you're ready to move again, right leg sweeps up, way behind you. Bring the knee to the nose, compress, we hold here. Really press the ground away from you. Stepping the foot forwards between the hands, inhale, lift up into full lunge. Right arm reaches back, reach out towards the left leg, left arm lifts up to the sky. Sinking a little deeper, breathing into new space here. Opening out into the full twist towards the right side, left arm reaches forwards, right backwards. And then taking the gaze down, bringing the right elbow to the left knee, left arm opens out to the side. Go step all the way back. We open back to where we came from. Twist in a lunge. Doing that movement again, right elbow to left knee, left arm reaches out. And then opening everything back out into the twist. Good, left hand can come down now. Open out further to the right side. Right shoulder moves on top of the left. Breathe here. And then taking the right hand down, we're going to step the right foot through the gap that you have on the left side, setting up for fallen triangle. Drop the hips down, hover. Inhale to lift, finding more space. One more. Dropping the hips down to hover, and then lifting up, finding new space here. Now we're going to cross the right ankle over the top of the left thigh, and then open out the body. Let's move back in again. So go ahead, bend the left knee and then open again. Good, keep this figure four shape with the legs. Left hand comes down. We're gonna open out towards the opposite side this time into a side plank variation. And then right hand comes down, downward facing dog, keeping this figure four shape. Keep the left heel lifted. See if you can compress the chest towards the thighs. And then releasing the right foot all the way down, downward facing dog. Again, showing up brand new for this left side. Inhale, lifting the left leg up towards the sky. Bringing the knee towards the nose, hold here. Compress. Stepping the foot all the way through. On the inhale, sends you all the way up towards the sky, lunge pose. Taking a twist around, dropping the left hand down towards the right leg. Right arm lifts up towards the sky. A moment to breathe and feel into this posture. Opening into the full twist now, left arm back, right arm forwards. Now to help with the balance, let's take a look down towards the left toes. Bring the left elbow to the right knee. Right arm opens out to the side. Opening back to where we came from in that full twist. And then coming up towards the top of the mat, compress, rounding through the spine. Pull the navel in. Opening back into that twist. Well done. Taking the hands down to frame. Taking the left foot now through the gap that you have on the right side, setting up for fallen triangle. Right arm lifts skyward. Lowering the hips, let's bring them into a hover. Inhale to lift the hips away, press out of the shoulder. Lowering the hips, bring it to hover. Exhale and press away. Well done. Create the figure 4 shape. So bringing the left ankle on top of the right thigh. And if there's a bit more space there, we'll start to open out the body again. We bend the right knee, take a moment to breathe, and then open out with the inhalation. Keeping the figure 4 shape, switching the hands over, right hand comes down. We open out to the left side now into a side plank variation. And then keeping that figure 4 shape with the legs, push everything back to downward facing dog. See if you can compress the chest a little closer to the thighs. And then releasing the left foot down, finding your regular downward facing dog. On an inhale, wave forwards to plank pose. Shift your shoulders forwards, bend the arms, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, or upward facing dog. Exhale, rolling over the toes, downward facing dog. Nice big inhale through the nose, audible exhale. Resting the knees down into child's pose. Take a moment to reconnect with your body, reconnect with your breath and your intention. So when you're ready, making your way back to downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts up to the sky, bend at the knee, open the hip, and then square your right shoulder back down towards the ground. Re-extending the right leg, stepping the foot all the way through the gates of the arms. Inhale, sweep the arms up to lunge, sink a little bit lower. Big inhale to open the heart, cactus arms. As you exhale, extend the arms, reaching forwards and then folding over a straight front leg for pyramid pose. We bend the front knee, moving back into cactus arms in the lunge. Exhale, one more time, recommit to pyramid pose, taking a fold over the front leg. Now we're going to walk the hands around to the left side, toes point in, heels out, sweeping the arms all the way up. Reach the arms forwards now, cross your right hand on top of your left shoulder. Your left hand on top of your right shoulder, so your left arm is on top. Inhale, lifting the elbows, soften the knees a little bit here. As you exhale, soften the knees more, and we'll take a fold all the way down towards the ground. Taking a moment to just move the body from side to side, maybe even shake out the head, up the shoulders. And then releasing the arms down. You can either place the right hand down or the right forearm down, and then take a spin around to the left side. So left arm reaches up and overhead. As you exhale now, bend the elbow, placing the hand on the lower back. Just have a check in with the hips. Try to ensure that the right hip is level with the left as you take that spin around. On the inhale, see if you can twist the vertebrae, twist the torso a little bit more to the left. And as you exhale, finding some softening in the body somewhere. Keeping the knees soft, release both hands down. Walk them up to the very top of the mat. Inhale, sweep the arms towards the sky. Bend at the elbows, cactus arms. As you exhale, we're going to bring the right elbow to the left knee, left arm reaches out. Try to hold that balance. And then opening back into lunge pose. Take that one more time. So right elbow moves to the left knee as you open. Compress here, pull navel to spine. Moving back into lunge pose. Placing the hands down to frame the front foot. Step everything back to downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts to the sky. Bend the knee, open the hip, and then square the right shoulder down. Stepping that left foot through the gates of the arms. Inhale, sweep the arms up, sink low in the lunge. Inhale to open the chest, cactus arms. Exhale, extend the arms, extend the front leg, slowly release down to pyramid pose. Inhale, we bend the front knee, sweep the arms up, cactus arms, we open. And then exhale, one more time, can you commit to this pose here? Good, walking the hands around to the right side this time. Slowly rise up, inhale, speed the arms up. This time the right arm, the right elbow will be the one that's on top. Inhale, lift the elbows high. As you exhale, soften the knees, take that fold down towards the ground. Little sway from side to side here, let the shoulders go, let the head go. Move it into comfortable spaces here in the body. And then releasing the arms down from that hug. The left hand can come down or left forearm can come down. We'll take our twist around to the right side this time. As you exhale, bend the elbow, placing the hand on the lower back just to check in with the alignment, and then twisting maybe a little bit further around if you can. We'll extend the right arm all the way up and overhead now. Placing the right hand down, soften into the knees as we walk the hands around to frame the top foot. Inhale, we'll reach up into lunge pose. As you exhale, left elbow to right knee, right arm reaches out, compress. Exhale, we step all the way back nice and slowly. Good, exhale one more time. Knee and elbow connect here in the center. And then open back into lunge pose. Okay, we're going to take a fold now towards the very top of the mat. Interlace the fingers behind the spine so we have a chest expansion. Soften the knees if you need to. As we exhale, send the crown of the head towards the ground, reaching the fist up and overhead. If you have that connection, do your best to keep the heels of the hands together as you push forwards. Might be a little bit more challenging, but start to open up new spaces in the body that maybe you haven't discovered before. From here, release the fingers, simultaneously bend the knees, sweep the arms up. And then if you're feeling pretty balanced today, we're going to just pop the heels of the feet off the floor, pressing the knees forwards. And then slowly start to slide down. Take your time moving down towards toe stand. Eventually, the sit bones will melt onto the heels of the feet. And we'll reach the arms forwards for a little bit more balance. Now, compressing the thighs towards the chest. See if you can roll down nice and slowly so the sit bones come down while still maintaining the compression. Bringing the legs up to Navasana, boat pose. If you have it within your practice, then extend the legs towards the ceiling. Still maintaining that compression there through the core region. And then inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. Legs follow into plow pose. Or a modified plow. Couple breaths here. Make sure you're resting on your shoulders so that the body can breathe fully and naturally still. And then prepare yourself a nice big inhale. We're going to rock up to ragdoll, chest expansion. Take a fold over the legs. Simultaneously bend the knees, sweep the arms all the way up, sink low into chair. Inhale, see if you can lift up and out of the waist. As you exhale, sink in a little bit deeper into the heels of the feet. As we inhale, we're going to stay grounded through the right foot, left knee moves in towards the chest, and then create that figure four shape with the legs. The left ankle moves on top of the right thigh. We'll bring the hands towards heart center as we fully bend the right knee to sink low. So this is kind of the position for grasshopper. This is one of our start positions for this challenging arm balance. So we'll take a fold over the legs and then actually walk the hands around to the right side. See if you can connect the fingertips down towards the ground. Maybe the outer part of your left arm can connect with the sole of your left foot. And take a few moments to be here. This is maybe a new space for this practice or even for your practice in general. So really try to breathe into the left side body. Starting to open up and explore the body a little bit more. Well then, moving back into center, taking the knee with you as you come up to stand. Interlace the fingers now behind the spine. As you extend the left leg, keeping the fist together if you can, heels of that fist together. Flex the back foot, aeroplane. And then see if you can move really slowly, nice and slow. Gently place the left toes down into a lunge pose. Pressing the fist now towards the left leg, sinking a little bit lower, maybe even lift the gaze. Exhale as you unwind, left hand comes down, right arm lifts all the way up and overhead. And then taking a fold up to the very top of the mat, right hand comes down, left foot joins the right, or have a little bit of space between them into ragdoll. Inhale, halfway lift, hands on shins or thighs, extend your spine. Exhale as you fold. Soften into the knees now, round up through the spine nice and slowly. Extend the arms all the way up and overhead, sink low into chair. Inhale, pull up and out of the waist. Exhale, sinking a little bit deeper into the heels of the feet. As you come up to stand this time, I'm going to bring the right knee in towards you. Arms can stay extended or bring the hands to heart center as we create the figure 4 shape with the legs. Sinking a little lower, a little deeper into this position, really starting to open out the outer thighs, outer hips. So working into the grasshopper pose and a little bit more, placing the hands down on the floor if you can, or just reaching towards is fine. And then we'll start to move the hands around towards the outside. So around to the left, outer part of the arm can connect with the sole of your right foot. Seeing how it feels on this side of the body in comparison to the other side. And then walking the hands back through your center as we come up to stand. Taking the right knee with you. And then interlace the fingers behind the spine. Chest expansion into aeroplane. Whoops. Seeing how balanced you feel today. Left side is very different to the right side. So checking in with the body. Making any adjustments that you need to be here. And then nice and slowly, very gently, placing the back foot down. Keeping the hands here, press the fist down and away towards the right leg. Maybe even lift the heart. Sink a little bit deeper into this lunge pose if you have that space to move into. And then we'll take our hands down, step everything back to downward facing dog. Good, give everything a little shake out now. The body is nice and warm and definitely ready to head towards that grasshopper. So inhale, right leg lifts to the sky. Bend the knee, open out. Pull the knee towards the nose. Hold here. Press the ground away. Step the foot all the way through. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Left knee comes up as well. Figure 4 shape with the legs. Sink low. Bring the hands to heart center. Let's take a fold over the legs here. Feel free to stay here and just play around with this a little bit if you want to. Or we walk the hands around again to the right side. We've been here before, so take a moment to breathe. Coming back into center. Inhale, sweep the arms up. As you do that, left knee moves in. We'll take a fold over. Fingers together, interlace the fingers. Deep forward fold. Placing the hands down to frame, step everything back, shifting forwards through the vinyasa. So let's prepare. Left leg lifts up, bend at the knee, open the hips, square the shoulders down. Bringing the knee towards the nose, hold here in this compression just for a moment, and then step the foot all the way through. As you come up to stand, we bring the right knee in. Crossing the foot over into figure 4, hands move to heart center, sink low into that left knee. As we exhale, we'll fold over, deep bend in this left knee, and then moving the hands around to the left side. Be here for a moment. Feel that opening through the right side of the body. Moving back into the center, let's take the knee in with us as we come up to stand. And then exhale, take a ragdoll all the way over the legs. Good, softening to the shoulders, let the head go from side to side. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, deep forward fold, placing the hands down to frame. Downward facing dog. Let's take that right leg up to the sky one more time. Bend the knee, open the hip. Bringing the knee towards the left elbow. Step the foot all the way through, fallen triangle. Lower the hips down to hover. Open out, maybe reach that left arm forwards this time. Bring it down to hover. And the left arm reaches all the way up. Lift the heart. Good, left hand comes down, step back, downward facing. Last time, left leg lifts up. Bending at the knee, open at the hips, squaring the shoulders. Re-extend the left leg. Let's bring the knee to the right elbow. Hold. Step through into fallen triangle. Lift the hips nice and high. Reach the right arm overhead. Bring it into a hover. Inhale, press out of the left shoulder. Right arm reaches up. Coming into that hover one more time. And then press everything away. Well done, right hand comes down, stepping back. Downward facing dog. Roll forwards to plank. Pull in the navel, shift the shoulders forwards, hover, chaturanga. Inhale, open the front body, roll over the toes. Roll over the toes again. Downward facing dog. Okay, so we're gonna have a play with grasshopper now. So right leg lifts up to the sky, step through the gates of the arms, come up to stand, left knee moves in towards the chest. We'll start this with the hands at heart center. And then also crossing the left ankle over the right thigh. So you might just want to move your foot a little further over so that you can really plant your hands down on the mat rather than being on the floor. Whoop. So the hands are at heart center. In this position, it is a deep twist through the torso. So bear in mind how it feels in the body. If it starts to change your breath at all or makes you feel really uncomfortable, then just moving towards it rather than aiming for that full pose today. So hands are at the heart center, and we'll take a fold towards the ground. So it's important that you take your time with this as well. Breathe into every stage. No expectations, we're just having a little play here, seeing how it feels in the body today to be here. So from here, deep bend in the right knee. We'll walk the hands around to the right side. So I'm aiming for the sole of my left foot to meet the tricep of my left arm, okay? Let me come more into the center of the mat so you can see. So my left tricep connects to the sole of my left foot, okay? If you want more of a sturdy structure here, as you bend your right arm as well, you can take the elbow into the crease here of the hip joint, like a chaturanga shelf type thing, but just gives you a little bit more stability. So we're back in this pose here. Deep twist through the torso. Left hand comes down, right hand comes down. Spread the fingers nice and wide here. As you bend the elbows, see if you can just lift your right foot away. If you have the space, we'll extend the right leg. And just have a little play here. I'm super sweaty, so I'm slipping off. But just have a little play. Taking that twist around. Squeeze the fingertips, maybe a little lean forward. See if you can lift the back leg off. Balance here. Maybe extend the right leg as well. And then once you've had enough, let's release. Stepping back to downward facing dog. Give everything a little shake off. Inhales, exhales, let them keep flowing. Try your best to keep them equal and even. And let's have a go on the other side. So left leg lifts up to the sky. Bend at the hip, let's open here before stepping all the way through towards the hands. Coming up to stand, right knee moves in. And then we cross over into that figure 4 shape. Hands move to heart center. So you may just want to readjust yourself on the mat. I'll come back into center to show you this side of the body. So figure 4 shape, hands to heart center. You'll feel that one side just kind of moves a little easier into this position than the other side, depending on what side that you're dominant on. So again, no expectations, no ego, no real intention of being there. Just kind of enjoy the experience and the journey towards it. So we'll take a fold over. Fully bend the left knee. Walking the hands around to the left side. So the tricep of my left arm connects with the sole. Tricep of my right arm connects with the sole of my right foot. And then as I fully bend the arms, I'm going to place the left hand down, maybe just slightly wider than shoulder distance. As I bend the arms now, I'm going to start to lean forward so the back leg can lift away. I'm starting to slip from the sweat, but if you have the time, we'll extend the left leg out. Super sweaty, this practice. So just have a little play with this pose. Maybe come into it one more time. Sometimes it's better to come out of the pose completely and then re-enter. So fully bend that left knee. Whoopsie. Rebend the left knee. Tricep moves to the sole of your right foot. Hands come down. As you bend it, the elbows lean a little further forwards into the fingertips, keeping the hips nice and high. Maybe extend the left leg out if you have the space. I have a little play with that when you're ready. Let's come back to downward facing dog. And we'll roll forwards like a wave. Come back to plank. Bend at the knees. Slowly push back downward facing. One more time. Rolling forwards like a wave to plank. Soften the knees. Nice and slowly moving back to downward facing. Release the knees down. Extend the arms forwards. Taking a bow towards the earth. A chance to reconnect to your intention again. Recommit to your intention of letting go, of finding space, if you gave yourself permission to set aside anything that's holding you back at the very beginning of this practice, then just take a moment to reaffirm that in your body and in your mind. And then when you're ready, moving back to downward facing dog. Let's take the right leg back up to the sky, bend at the knee, open the hips, square the shoulders. Compress, bring the knee to the nose. This time I'm going to roll to the outer edge of the left foot. Take the right foot just in front of you for a modified side plank. Right arm lifts up to the sky. And then with your peace fingers, take hold of your right big toe. Soften the left knee. Big inhale to lift your right foot away into a happy baby side plank. There's a bit more space there. Use the inhale to lengthen. And then releasing, switch the hands over, step the right foot through the gap, fallen triangle. Left hand comes down, flip the dog over. So take the right foot all the way up, over the top. And then to open out and unwind, lift up here. Pushing everything back slowly to downward facing dog. Showing up brand new on the left side. Inhale, left leg lifts up. Bend of the knee, open the hip. Left knee moves towards the nose, compress and hold. Moving to the outer edge of your right foot. Taking your left foot down just in front of you, left arm lifts to the sky. From here, your peace fingers take hold of the two big toes. Big inhale to lift your left foot away. Happy baby. If there's more space there, go ahead and open the body a little bit more. Breathing fully. And then releasing the toes, switch the hands over. We'll step the left foot through, fallen triangle. Lifting the hips up skyward. And then when you're ready to unwind, switch the hands over for the final time. Flip the dog. Inhale, lift. Squeeze the glutes. Opening the heart. And the left hand can come down. Downward facing dog pose. Inhale, right leg. Bring the knee to the right wrist. Flare your foot out towards the left side. Coming into pigeon pose. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, walking the hands forwards. And this is a really challenging practice today. Maybe we've started to explore new parts of the body that maybe you haven't been in before. So take a moment to try to equalize the inhale with the exhale again. To really bring your attention inward. Conscious breathing. Let's inhale, lift up to halfway. Right arm reaches forwards, left arm reaches through the gap that you have. Side of the face can come down, maybe the left shoulder can come down. If this feels a little too much right now, just stay with both arms extending forwards. Try to release that left hip a little bit lower if you can. Feeling quite an intense opening through the right hip. Maybe around the right knee and ankle. Keeping the foot flexed so it helps protect the knee as it bends in this position. And then unwinding, placing both hands down. Tuck the back toes underneath, big push down to the palms of the hands to step back into downward facing. And then we'll make our way to pigeon on the left side. Inhale, left leg sweeps up. Bend the knee, open the hip maybe a little bit here if that feels pretty good. And then taking the knee towards the left wrist, flare the foot out towards the right wrist. Extend your right leg behind you. Lifting the chest up, take a nice big breath in, puff the chest. Exhale and folding forwards. It's nice just to find this stillness during the practice as well, from all those vinyasas and all those really challenging balances. And the intense torso twist is just nice to find a little bit of stillness, a little bit of space here. When you're ready, walk the hands in, lift the heart. Left arm reaches forwards, right arm threads through, side of the face comes down, right shoulder comes down. Again, if this feels a little too challenging, a little too much right now, just continue to reach both arms forwards instead. And then to unwind, left hand comes down, lifting the chest up. Press down firmly through the palms of the hands, lifting the sit bones up towards the sky. Bend the knees fully, take both heels off the mat. Compress the chest towards the thighs. And then descend the heels, pressing them down towards the earth again. Well done, rest the knees down. Let's sweep the legs along the side. Bring yourself back into the center of the mat and then nice and slowly rolling all the way down through the legs, bringing the knees in towards the chest, rolling down through the spine to find a little bit of comfort here as you lie on your back, squeezing the knees in towards the body. And to create a little bit more space through the neck and through the spine, just simply bring the chin in towards the knees. Curling into a little tiny ball here, a well-deserved hug as well. And then slowly releasing the head down. So we can hold on to the outsides of the feet or the ankles or the big toes. Coming into happy baby pose, the full reclined happy baby. If it feels good to take a little sway here, go ahead and do that. Or maybe even just staying stationary and feeling that grounding effect with the spine to the earth feels pretty good for you right now. And then finally bringing the knees back in towards the chest. Releasing the legs down, arms can rest by the side of the body. Take up as much space as you like here. Let the feet naturally roll out, relaxing into the hips and softening into the shoulders. The back of the head feels secure and rested. Take a nice big inhalation and a full exhale all the way down to the lower belly. As you do that, closing down the eyes. Feeling the breath again moving through the body. Feel that physical movement of the breath. Maybe it's the rising and falling of the abdomen or the diaphragm or the chest. Wherever that you feel it the most, direct your attention to that. It's a way of really anchoring into this present moment. If your mind feels quite busy or distracted at any point, just gently guide it back to the breath again. Without interfering, without judgment, just gently guiding your mind back to your breath again. You can stay here for as long as you want to, as long as you need to. But I thank you so much for joining me in this Grasshopper Flow today. Namaste.